Hi Misfits. Just thought I'd try a little video on this phone. My problem has been, I've got multiple technological problems, I'm afraid. No computer, just two phones. One which is an iPhone, but it's so old that I can't do Gmail on it, which means I can't post videos onto the consortium webpage. But also I have problems sort of not knowing quite how to join any live things. Mark did a test run for the consortiums. I couldn't comment on that one. But I just wanted to do a little response to Tasha's video about Palestine and the Gaza struggle, which Tim has obviously been really brilliant in supporting and protesting regularly. And I feel that in relation to this, that really there's a bit of delusion on both sides where religion is concerned. But in this particular instance, really what you've got is this idea of God's chosen people and God's chosen land as a justification for just pushing people out and treating them like really citizens without rights. You know, it's a sort of the way that native populations have always been treated when colonialists come in, and that's obviously what's happening. And I say that as the grandson of great grandson of a rabbi. My grandmother was Jewish. My dad, I suppose, is Jewish because his mother was. But whatever the rules about what make you Jewish or not, in some ways I prefer to choose not to be anything. I prefer to be a wood snake. The Chinese astrological system has been in operation for 4,680 years. And so that's my belief system. It's something that I borrowed from an Oriental culture, and it's nothing to do with the way I was brought up or who my friends are. And there's a great book called New Chinese Astrology by Suzanne White, published by Macmillan in 1993. You have to get the right one, because she did write some books which were not very good. But this one, she collaborated with a Vietnamese astrologer who had some superb physiological descriptions of the signs. So I started to be able to see what year people were born in, which you might not think is possible, but it is possible. Not by guessing their age. Sometimes I got monkeys out by 12 years. I said to a guy, I said, were you born in 1968? And he said, no, 1956. You're way out. I said, no, I'm not way out. You're a monkey. Very long arms. It's the way the arms were moving. And each sign has a different part of the face or the body posture that tells you. So you don't need to know what your sign is to just be yourself, in the sense that you don't need to know, to be a musician, what Pythagoras discovered about harmony and octaves. He discovered that sound the same for a simple mathematical reason. And similarly with Chinese astrology, it's a 60-year cycle. It's because 12 is the common denominator for 2, 3, and 4, and 60 is the common denominator for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that has implications for the way things are structured. Because if you have a 1-year cycle and a 2-year cycle and a 3-year cycle and a 4-year cycle all going, they reinforce each other, just like an octave reinforces each other, because the wave is exactly double the speed, so they all fit together. And we hear that. And an owl will use that Pythagorean principle to triangulate with hearing and rotation of the head to locate a mouse. So the mathematics is sort of deeply embedded in our senses, and music, of course, is prelingual, more primitive in the brain than language. And so the mathematics that Pythagoras used to discover harmony enabled instrument makers to make a piano, which enabled Mozart to